Xin Zhao is one of the most broken and illegal champions now that the farming meta is being phased out. As a result of this shift in the meta, champions like Xin Zhao, Elise and Lee Sin have made a return, and Xin Zhao in particular is extremely strong. He has been seeing so much success not only in solo queue, but even in pro play, despite being quite a slow clearer. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing Junjia from Edward Gaming, who has made it to rank 1 on the Korean solo queue ladder, playing this Xin Zhao pick whenever it is up. He has managed to achieve a 57% win rate in 50 games on this champion in top tier Korean solo queue play. So usually the clear for Xin Zhao is red, Raptors, Wolves, Blue and Gromp every single game, but in this game you can see Junjia is going to be starting the blue buff to path towards his top side. This is going to be because Camille did get a longsword from that level 1 invade, and also because if you look at the top lane matchup, Camille versus Set, they're going to be brawling a lot and it's going to be a very snowbally melee matchup. So seeing how Set has no mobility and Camille has a very big hookshot range, every time Xin Zhao shows up to the top lane, it should be a free kill because Camille will be able to dash onto that Set from a mile away, and then Xin Zhao will be able to easily follow that up with his dash and his 3 auto attack knockup. So even if the Set flashes, they can just trade flash for flash and it should always be a kill. So at this stage of the game, you've got to be able to track the Nidalee, and seeing how her blue buff is still up with a ward on it, it'll be very apparent to us that she started on her red buff and that she's also pathing towards the top side. But plot twist, Junjia is walking towards the bottom lane here. He must be seeing a double kill if he is willing to give up his whole top side. But it looks like the enemy bottom lane is expecting and respecting the Xin Zhao gank. So it looks like Junjia is heading towards the middle lane for a drive-by gank. Pausing for a second here. Turning the vision around, you can see Junjia is not in the bush, but he is out of vision. Galio setting up the gank beautifully, dashes onto the Jace, taunts him, and Junjia is in with the dash and the 3 auto attack knockup, and that's a very free, easy kill that they picked up there. Jace is immobile and his mid laner has set up. Combine that with a Xin Zhao and it's guaranteed kill almost every time that the Jace doesn't have the knock away in his melee form. So helps to push that wave in to get priority with Galio for this crab, because Nidalee should be around, and considering that Galio is with us, she should never be able to contest this, even though he is looking for a roam top. Smites this to secure it, Nidalee hits her spear, Junjia is running away, Jace did teleport in the middle lane, dashes away straight away. He is turning around to contest this for some reason. I'm not sure if he's aware that the Jace is going to be here. Will he be able to walk away from this one? He might be forced to flash because of that turnaround, but Jace absolutely whiffs his combo, so Junjia will be able to walk away from that one unscathed. Galio did teleport in the middle lane. They are looking for a response on this invade. They find the Jace alone. Nidalee did path towards the red buff and they just secure that kill so easily onto the Jace. Again, his day is ruined, his lane is ruined, and now they're on the chase for the Nidalee. Will they be able to catch her? She does have her jump on a very low cooldown. Will she be able to juke these guys out? So Junjia face checking the bush here at half health, finds the Nidalee. He's not afraid of face tanking her at all. He knows his limits, and it looks like he's just gonna give that kill up to the Camille and go back to farming his own camps. So really nice sequence there from Junjia. 200 IQ move there from him to push the lane out with Galio, so he has priority for the crab, so Nidalee cannot contest. So just like that, he has gotten his team ahead. Now the Galio is 203 and he is 103. And the Camille is also 201. So they have secured a lead on their team now. Looks like he'll finish these Krugs up and look for a base here, because he does have 1,500 gold. It's going to be 1.6 after he does finish these Krugs. So I wonder, will he be going for the Essence Reaver build that's been popping up recently? Or is he going to go for the classic Gore Drinker on the Xin Zhao? Opts to not recall actually. He must be looking for a gank here. Set is in a very gankable position here. He's quite far up in the lane. What did we say earlier? This should be very free if Camille just dashes on him. Xin Zhao opens up first with the dash, knocks him up, there we go, and walks away from that one so Camille can pick it up, and he doesn't trade 1 for 1. So really nice spot there from Junjia. Really good camera control from him there, not sitting AFK in the shop thinking about what he'll buy. And then finds that really nice pick to continue the snowball for Camille. You can see he does go for the Iron Spike Whip and the Ruby Crystal, so he will be opting in for the Gore Drinker there. Returning back to the bottom side because that's where our camps are. You can see Nidalee did counter jungle these. His Raptor is spawning. And instead of running to his Raptors, it looks like he's gonna try and make a play with the Nautilus here and the Galio here in the middle lane. Maybe they're gonna try dive the Jace, because Nautilus does have flash. But it looks like they're actually trying to find an invade on the Nidalee here, because they might be thinking she didn't have enough time to take all 4 camps that are on the bottom side. But you can see there she is on the top right corner of the screen. A fight is going on. The enemy is trying to kill Kalista. Nautilus does find a hook on the Varus. Karma flashes it. Varus flashes away. Instantly realizes he can't follow the Karma there because of her movement speed. So he is looking to chase this Varus down. He does have flash. He does have W. W flashes. Gets that dash onto him. Beautiful combo there from Junjia to prevent the Varus from escaping with the Nidalee. You've always got to make sure, if you know you can hit that W, make sure you're going for W flash and not flash W, because it gives them absolutely no time to react. So secures his blue buff now anyways, and he's pathing up to his top side where his camps are again, because there are no plays available currently. You might be thinking as well, why didn't he go for the dragon there? Well, his Kalista's only returning from base, and he does not have any mid lane priority, and Jace with Nidalee could push him off from the dragon there. So he is looking for an invade here onto the Nidalee's Wolves. This is going to be because he thinks she's on her red buff. He started blue buff, she started red buff, and by the time she would go back to her own jungle, she would have been starting the red buff behind when Xin Zhao would have started his blue buff, and getting confirmation there as well. Nidalee's ganking bottom lane, so this invade is completely safe, even though he didn't have the strongest lane priority available. But he might look for a dive on the top lane here, because Nidalee is on the bottom side. But Camille solo kills the set, so he will secure that Herald up then instead. It's a better idea to take this Herald rather than his own Krugs, because this will be able to provide more gold for him. Once he takes this and crashes it into a tower, it will be a lot more valuable than just one camp. So they might be able to look for a dive on the set as he would return to lane, because Nidalee is still looking for action on the bottom lane. And they are very strong on the top side here. Camille 5-0-1, absolutely huge. Might look for the first tower crack. Runs into set there as he summons it. Dashes onto him straight away. He's not afraid to 1v1 this guy. They have the same amount of items, and Xin Zhao's 1v1ing is impeccable. It's very strong. I wonder, will Camille pick that one up? We just saw her ulti on the map. It looks like she does pick that one up. So this set is getting absolutely bruised and abused by this Xin Zhao and Camille. Just like we said earlier, this guy cannot escape from this combo. So with the priority here, with the Nautilus and the Galio and the Camille, everyone's around. This is going to be a blue buff secure, more counter jungling from Junjia, making sure to really lay on the pressure. Because if Nidalee would show up here for her blue buff, she'd be a dead Nidalee. Takes all her camps there top side, and now he's going to return to his own jungle because there's no more to push for. There's no place to keep going for. Camille would need to recall soon because of the amount of gold she just got funneled into her with that first tower break in the top lane. So he will just rinse out his top lane here and likely recall straight after these Krugs, because he does have 2,500 gold nearly. So instead of taking those Raptors, he's just going to base here, picks up his full Gore Drinker and Lucidity Boots. The only reason it would have made sense to actually ever farm those Raptors would be if it provided a better buy. But he did have his 2 core items there to buy, so he does recall and runs straight to those Raptors through the middle lane. And now he'll just keep farming, because there's no play currently available on the map. Looking at the bottom lane on our team, looking at the scoreboard, Kalista and Nautilus are feeding. They are losing lane hard. Their tower fell 11 minutes into the game. So those are players that Junjia will not want to fight with. Jace trying to sneak the crab there, but Junjia does find that and smites it away straight away. Doesn't opt in to go for the 1v1 even though he has more items than Jace, because he doesn't have mid lane priority. If he tried to go onto that Jace, the enemy bottom lane would rotate from mid and would kill him. But you can see Camille does have priority now. So they are trying to find someone in the jungle. And the enemy bot lane is missing. Junjia is looking for counter jungles. But can't find anything, so he'll likely just recall right here. Okay, teleport coming in from Set in the bottom lane. What did we say about this guy? He has no way to deal with this Xin Zhao Camille combo. This is just going to be such a free, easy dive. Camille should start this because she could reset it with her ulti, so she does. Very nice. And then she'll just tank this and Junjia will be able to pick this one up really easily. Really nicely played. If Junjia went first there, they would have been risking a 1-for-1 because the Junjia would not be able to escape the tower aggro as easily as Camille. So really nicely played there from them for the Camille to go first. So really nicely identified by Junjia to wait patiently for Camille to go first. So finds a really nice play there and he goes back to farm his own jungle. And now he's kind of looking for a play again, but this is quite risky territory he's in. The enemy bottom lane was just farming mid there. They could have been here. And he is looking for a counter jungle without his Galio to be around him, or his bottom lane, or anyone for that matter. But he will be able to pick this red buff up for free, it looks like. Set showing up in the bottom lane again. Maybe he'll find the Set. Nidalee should be returning back to the bottom side here as well with the red buff being up. So maybe he's looking for a pick. Does find Karma. She's trying to look for a confirmation of whether that red buff is up. And there's the Nidalee. Yep, she was returning to the red buff. So you see, the jungle tracking can be very useful to you if you can apply it into your own games. You'll always know where the enemy jungler is. Looks like, are they looking for a dive mid lane? Potentially. They do decide against it. Nidalee finds the W, does not dash because the Varus is sitting behind her in the fog of war. And again, what did we say? He does not want to fight with these players. Only time he would want to is if they have a numbers advantage on their side. So if they're fighting at 3 versus 2. But Camille does find the 1v1 kill on the Set in the bottom lane. Secures that tower as well. And she's getting ganked by the Nidalee. Nidalee's trying to find a way back into the game with 700 gold onto the kill. And actually she is in the game. She's 4-2 and 3. Yeah, they decide to back away from this one because Camille is very low and he does not want to be fighting with his feeding ADC when Jace and Karma are both on the rotate to help Nidalee. 2v3 with a 0 and 5 player, definitely not the player if you're trying to win games. And they need to be careful here. Do not want to fight here without the Nidalee, without the Camille or the Galio. So they will back off and farm, and looks like Junjia is getting caught out walking to where he shouldn't be. Ultis them away, Galio's following up, Nautilus flashes over the wall, roots the Nidalee, cues her straight away for the hook. Will he find the Nidalee? Yes he does. Kalista picks it up, does not opt to chase further because he would not be able to catch her. Now he might be looking for a W angle here, WE long range. Galio flashes in for the taunt, Junjia following up here, hits the W, will he dash in for the kill? There are 3 players, will he trade? Oh, nearly goes perfectly. But he does get picked up by the Karma mantra Q there. So even though he did feed a 400 gold bounty there, it was to Karma, so it's not too bad. But also it was a 1 for 3, so just in terms of gold, that was a very worth trade there for Junjia's team. So really well played there, understanding limits and understanding when a fight is good. And he's back to farming his top side here, as you can see, because this is where all his camps are. You know, laning phase has ended, it's the mid game now. It's pretty much just gonna be go farm where your camps are or wherever your team is pressuring on the map. So if he didn't have anything topside, he would have went likely to hover the Camille and take the enemy's camps with her. Looking how they have top lane Paro, he starts up the Herald, he is dropping it instantly. Looks like a fight's breaking out here in the middle lane. Camille is here, but she is very low. This might not be a fight they want to take. Does hit a W, does not dash straight away. Very good control not to go into this fight because we saw the Kalista earlier. She was like 10% HP. Camille's on 10% HP. Enemies are rotating. Not a good fight. Junjia notices that very early and opts not to go for that. Looks like he's sitting in this bush trying to find the Varus if he pushes, but looks like he doesn't. We'll just secure this wave and then he'll go farm where the most camps are available to him. Again, it looks like. So Kalista's dead, Camille's low. There's no play that could be available, so he is just farming standard procedure things. Set was just pushing out the bottom lane there. Maybe he could have looked for a 1v1 on him because he is very ahead of him. But he is just gonna continue farming. Probably expects the Set to recall, or he is here trying to find a recall of his own. Potentially has his Sterax now already. Let's have a look here. And yep, the Sterax does come through with a control ward. So no reason to be forcing anything there when he has a big item buy like this. And again, returning to where he has the most camps, and coincidentally, this is very good because his Camille is on the same side as he is. Looks like they're trying to find a play here. Camille just engaged there on the map if you're watching. Is this a good fight for them? Okay, Camille 2v1 winning nearly. They show up, sandwiched, find a nice 2 kills there. Ulti absolutely denies all of the ranged attacks from the enemy team onto Xin Zhao. He could have died there as well with the Nautilus. But you see, this is just why Xin Zhao is so powerful. Even in team fights, he's really good because ranged champions just don't do anything to him unless they're in melee range. And if they are, Xin Zhao is a very big threat to them in that case. Oh, Karma nearly cancelled his recall there. Could have been bad, but he does get away from that one there. And again, he'll just return back to where his camps are. And the dragon did just spawn, so maybe he should just opt for the dragon here. But he is looking to find the Jace. Drops the control ward there. Trying to get some confirmation of where that Jace is going to head. But looks like they're in no rush to capture this dragon because it looks like they do have control of this game with how much of a threat this Camille is in the side lane. Even though his ADC is absolutely feeding, it doesn't matter too much, and Camille is popping off, and so is Xin Zhao with the Camille. So this should be quite a free dragon secure for them with lane priority, as the Set is showing bottom lane to catch the wave. Really nice secure there. Looks like they might look for engage Nautilus with Flash Q. They're looking for the Nidalee. Will they find her? He does hit the W on her, but it looks like she will survive. She healed, so the final ignite tick did not kill her. A little bit unfortunate there because it could have converted into Baron, but it does happen. Yeah, that was a really good engage there from the Nautilus. We saw Set not too long ago in the bottom lane, so they did have a 5 versus 4 situation on their hands there. So really nicely identified by the Nautilus and the whole team to follow that up there. Unfortunate they didn't get the Nidalee there. But again, farms his camps, recalls, gets that stopwatch. Should be some big team fights happening around this Baron soon. And he is back to farming where his camps are and ditching them straight away when it looks like a fight is about to break out. So here he is on his way. Galio flashed and taunted into 2 people when his team isn't around. Absolutely one-shot that Nidalee, that Camille there with her Cho'Gath chomp. Xin Zhao coming in, dashes, flashes. Will he find anyone? Doesn't look like he'll find anyone there. But really nice team play here from the red team with Junjia. So you can see they are in the driver's seat despite being only 3k gold ahead of the blue team. And this is all because of how strong the Xin Zhao pick is in combination with how hard they abuse that Set in the top lane. So even though their bot lane is feeding, doesn't matter. Junjia finding a fight here again, trying to find the Karma. Stopwatch coming in, very useful. Keeps him alive, and looks like they're just going to find 2 kills just like that. Really nice pick there from Junjia. And now this is going to guarantee the Baron for the red team. 2 kills, even though Nidalee's alive. Junjia does have the smite, and Nidalee should never even be able to get in range of this Baron to smite it away. So really nice sequence here from the red team. Nidalee trying to find an angle there on the the Baron. Junjia finds the Set here. He just gets absolutely obliterated and chain CC'd to death. And again, they're just running the enemy team down. They find the chase. Oh, the enemy team did surrender this game. Wow, Junjia smurfed on them way too hard for them to want to continue playing this one. GG.